As we are set. Alex DeCamp down the inside. Jerry Coons Jr. to the outside. Getting set to gas him up. Green flag, and we're underway at Port City Raceway. Coons going to be the first one down into the corner, working from the outside as we got him well side by side back behind, watching Tyler Thomas. He's looking for some daylight. He'll find it on the outside. 91T car gassing her up. We'll look to the outside of Morton down turn number 1 and 2 and try to pick him off for the number 3 spot. A little slip coming out of the corner. And a spin of the tires for a 91T, but he's got this time out turn number 4. Moves into P3 on the field. Everybody else down low. We're going to kick one out of the mix. And unfortunately, 5-car round brings out the caution flag. If I'm not mistaken, but she's primed for midgets here tonight. Jerry Coons Jr., Petrie Excavating, number 25, back to life. Here comes Thomas on the attack. Swung out wide, looked on the 84M car there, at least temporarily, trying to get a run on that number 2 spot. DeCamp is able to hold him off. Now Thomas goes to the inside with the nose of his race cars. We got a spinner, and Sam Johnson's around. Down at turn number 2, caution flag comes out on us again. 5 laps remain, just 3 laps scored into books. Or thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken. You ask Josh Hegwood about that. Here comes the green flag. Hops giving a jump down in the corner. Doesn't take long to get a lap in. Again, we're running 9-second laps. And here comes Tyler Thomas down the inside. He's got her hunkered back and into the number 2 spot. Goes the 91T car. Moved to a backup car last night. He's been lickety-split ever since. And those top 3 separate just a little bit as DeCamp rolls on through, back behind Morton's trying to hold off Sarf. Sarf down on the inside. Might have one on him. Not quite there yet. He'll hoist up the donuts and dangle him down the back chute. And here comes another run. Got him. Into the number 4 spot for Carter Sarf. Sarf working the wheels. You can see the elbows up. And the 21 KS car. Meanwhile, white flag comes out up front. Watch Tyler Thomas. Might have something for Coons. He's able to draw alongside the last lap. Coons stepped her up a gear. Here comes Thomas. Slide down into the corner. Not going to happen. Checkered flag for Coons up front. Thomas goes second. Alex DeCamp at the number 3 spot. Carter Sarf, the 91 KS car, rounds out those top 4. So that will do it for POWRi Lucas Oil Midget Heat Race number 1. We'll join Jerry Coons Jr. not for the first time this weekend. This will be at least the second time he has stopped down in Victory Lane for a chat with Haley.
Gray Auto, Bowden Spine Design, Speedway, Toyota Powered Stealth. Your winner of heat race number 1. Give it up for the 32-year veteran out of Tucson, Arizona, Jerry Coons Jr.
Coons starting out the night on a high note like you did last night. Are you looking as good as are you feeling as good as you're looking out there?
Yeah, I mean we've had speed. We just said we've been able to run good in the heat race. There's just not much luck in the features the last couple nights, but yeah, like I said, Speedway Toyota's running good, Stealth's working good, and I think everything's there. We just put it all together. We might have a good night.
Congratulations, Jerry Coons Jr., your Racing Electronics Heat Race 1 winner.
So that rolls us into POWRi Lucas Oil Midget Heat Race number 2. Here, Heat Race number 2, 8 laps of distance, looking for those passing points to advance them. Top 40 locked into the qualifiers. Newman down on the inside. Yes, that baby up. Christopher Bell to the outside. Rip Snorter side by side down the back straightaway. Newman right back at him. Bell deep into turn number 3. Got him around the outside. Back behind 32. Marcham able to pick up a spot. He'll move into the number 4 position. Just hang on to it. Emilio got a little squirreled up and almost checked up. Rosenboom is trying to fight his way from the back of the field. As Jody's got 2 of them picked off. The Oswegan Speedway, number 14 X car, trying to march his way up through. Now goes to work on Hoover down into turn number 3 and 4. Draws alongside. Powers that baby down the front straightaway. He's got position. Does he got it? Yes, he does. Emilio taking out over the cushion will give up 2 spots before he gears back into the groove. He's up front. Christopher Bell showing away. 4 laps to go last time by for the runner. A 9.492 lap time for Bell. He is by. He's lonesome. Can work around on that racetrack, and he is just so smooth behind the wheel of a race car. Not a lot of arm movement out of him there in the old 21 cars. He'll sail down into the corner for yet another time. Be white flag the next time he gets back. Newman watching on from the number 2 spot. Beyond him, it's Ace McCarthy in the number 28 car, your top 3. And we're set to put this one into the books. McCarthy, for the record, breaking up the line. He's trying to diamond off the racetrack, see if he can run down some distance on Newman. Checkered flag comes out up front. I just thought I'd note that about the number 28 cars. Everybody else was just kind of hooked into the curb. So it was cool to see Ace trying a little something. He knew there was nothing to lose there. So with that, Christopher Bell's going to come back here, and I believe this is one of the best starts he's had during the Turnpike Challenge, picking up a heat race win. So we talked to him once before, but has struggled. Last night really struggled coming out of that B main.
Premium JBL IWX Speedway Toyota, bullet by Spike, car number 21. Give it up for the driver, the winner of heat number 2 out of Norman, Oklahoma, Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell, congratulations on the heat race win. How did you manage to get such a commanding lead in such a short amount of time?
Man, I just feel really good. I'll tell you what, it's good to be home.
Absolutely. You heard the man. Congratulations to Christopher Bell, your Racing Electronics Heat 2 winner.
Ladies.
Alrighty, tighty. Green flag has a little better start for the 44. Didn't get the door slammed in his face, and he's going to capitalize on it. Look to the outside for the number 2 spot, and I told you to watch Smith. Smith has to back out of the throttle, though. Couldn't quite lean on her. Up on the top shelf. Still follow along in the number 3 position. He's got Laser down on the inside. Andrew Laser probably comfortable at this racetrack. Used to Kutztown and those little bull rings. Linda's back home. This suits his styles. Here he comes down the inside. Wants to take him 3 wide down in turn number 3. And here comes Chisholm. His Laser working now on the number 2 spot. 47 BC car down low, digging the pond, scratching and clawing out the corner and down the back straightaway, trying to hang on to Smith. Up front, it's the Edwards show as the cross flags are out halfway through. 10 car. Good fortune for him, bringing out the caution, was able to work around 3 cars, tail the field, move back into the number 4 spot for the racer who started dead last. So he's got some passing points going in his favor for the Mongoose. Sherrill gassing her down the back straightaway, and here comes Laser on the attack. He's got the number 2 spot away from Smith in the 44 car, and I knew this was going to be a track to his favor as we got a tire rolling down across the racetrack. It doesn't belong to a car. Somebody kicked the widget down there in turn number 1. All right. Try this again, see if we can get this one into books. My goodness, we only have 2 laps remaining. So green flag puts us on 1 of 2, and Andrew Laser down the inside again. From the tail of the field, here comes the Mongoose. Matt down the inside, trying to get the number 3 spot away from Laser. Laser went from being on the attack to on the defense, and Sherrill almost got him picked off. Laser around the outside, though, as Scape's into the number 3 spot, and here comes the 3-car tussle, and Laser's got it for the number 2 position. Oh, that was nice. Well planned and well delivered by the 47 BC car to get the number 2 spot. Up front, Blake Edwards picks up the win. Laser goes second. Smith and Sherrill, your top 4. Sherrill coming from the tail of the field in the number 10 car. So we'll bring Blake Edwards around to victory lane for a little interview. Join in with Chili and Haley.
Shop Esslinger Powered Boss, your winner of heat race number 3 out of Coweta, Oklahoma. Give it up for the 22-year-old Blake Edwards.
Let him get his helmet off here. Blake Edwards, congratulations on the heat race win. Our last 3 winners, our 2 preceding winners, including yourself, started outside the front row. Before this race, did you anticipate being the prime real estate?
No, we missed hot laps and the car didn't run, so we didn't know what to expect. But when you start up front, you have no option but to win, so that's what you come to do.
And that's exactly what he did. Congratulations, Blake Edwards, your Racing Electronics Heat 3 winner.
Food. Here we go. Green flag coming out. Klossmeyer, the one to watch in this one, the number 27 car, quickly to work to the outside and hang on to it. Felker ran into a roadblock in a 44S car. Looked like he was going to drive into the number 2 spot. He's got the number 4 position as he slices his way around, however. 4C car dropping back through the field for Luke Howard. As Klossmeyer shows the way, Sewell running second on the field. Here comes Felker. Watch the 44S down into the corner, going to work on the number 17, Austin Brown. Brown lies just ahead. Still crease out across the tail tank. Big run to the cushion around the outside. It's got the number, no, maybe not. So close, yet so far away. Missed it by 11 thousandths of a second. They crossed there a straight. Man, that looked like a done deal, and it was not a done deal. So now the 17 changes up the line, and Brown goes out to the outside. He knows what's up. He got the memo for the number 17 car. Klossmeyer is the one giving the memos, however. He's way out in front with 3 laps to go. and a 1.8-second lead on a track that only has 9-second laps. And Klossmeyer, for the record, his trick is running his rear tires out over the cushion down turn number 3 and 4. Or at least that's what he's been doing. So he backs her into the corner. Just that time he was right on the rim. Beautiful line now the number 27. Smooth and consistent for Klossmeyer is going to pick up the win in this one. Sewell's going to go second on the field to 17 with the adjustment. Austin Brown hangs on to the number 3 spot. Felker will finish out 4th. 35 car. Sterling Kling will round out those top 5, and that'll do it for POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League Heat Race number 4. Klossmeyer will make his way down here and talk to Haley. We'll turn her back into Chili and Haley. Haley and Chili. I'm trying to come up with a clever C&H. That's not it.
Ladies and gentlemen, driving to Keith Kuntz, Kerback and JD and Motorsports, Link Belt Excavators, Kirby Smith Machinery, Curb Wreckers, Speedway Toyota Bullet by Spike, car number 27. Give it up for the winner of heat race number 4 out of Paoli, Kansas, Tucker Klossmeyer.
Tucker, how did you manage to get out front so early on in that race and then hang on for the win?
Luckily, we were able to get a pretty good jump, and I don't know, I made a lot of laps here, and I think that kind of helps. You know, it's tight on the starts, and I was trying to hold back a little bit so he didn't see me coming. You know, it feels good to come here. I know a lot of people here, and it's fun to be back running a midget or anything here. So it's a good day for racing, and we'll see what we can do tonight.
Experience is key, and so far so good at Tucker Klossmeyer Racing Electronics Heat 3 winner.
Apologize to Kaylee. I keep wanting to call her Bronson because I know Kaylee Bronson. Throws me off every time. Green flag. Stevie trying to get a run on the 42. Hank Davis, and he'll do so around the outside. Davis on the gas. Well timed by Logan Seavey. That's that veteran working at number 1 spot. Davis trying to hold off the Dominator, Zach Dom. Dom, 3-time champ of the series. One for a 4th this year. If he pulled off, he'll be the first one in POWRi history, and he's working hard down the inside of the number 42 co. Rujo Racing Rod hanging on for now. Beyond him, the 17Z is Zach Moody, 4th on the field. And Kaylee coming from the tail working. Holly Holland, the 2 ladies going at it tooth and nail down in turn number 1 and 2. And I believe Holland's going to come out ahead on that one. Couldn't quite hang on to it down the insides. We're starting to run a low entrance, high exit out of turn number 4. The lane changes very abruptly. We go from riding the rim to not so much, at least for a couple of cars. They were all kind of following in the footsteps and maybe watching the driver hit them a little too much. He's unfortunately jumping the cushion there for Davis. That'll open you up to attack. Here comes Moody down the inside. Keeps him company for the number 3 spot. Didn't quite get there that time as here comes Holland. Slide job out across the nose. That was a quick slider out of Holly Holland, and that was glorious. 67 K car into the number 3 spot. Moody got caught looking the wrong direction that last time. Checkered flag coming out. Seavey's going to pick up the win. 2nd going to go to the Dominator. 3rd to Hank Davis, and Holly Holland, the 67 K car, coming from back in the number 6 spot to finish out 4th on the field. It's a sweet little slider she threw there. So Logan Seavey making his way around. We'll join in with Chili and Haley.
Motorsports, Mobile One, JBL Toyota, Speedway Toyota powered Bullet by Spike, car number 67. Your winner out of Sutter, California, the 2017 POWRi champion, 21-year-old Logan Seavey.
Logan Seavey getting it done with talent and, of course, a fast car as well, but perhaps even a little bit of momentum from the last 2 nights.
Yeah, absolutely. It always helps to have the confidence in your race car that, you know this thing's going to be fast every time we get on the racetrack. And, starting from front row outside, you just kind of, got to win that start and just tick off the laps as quick as you can.
Logan Seavey, your Racing Electronics Heat number 5 winner.
We'll have to go back and watch it on demand. We got it on demand. Green flag. Down into the corner we go. It's starting to widen out for us, making it very racy. Noah Gass into the number 2 spot with a little leap out of turn number 2. That thing's got good forward bite. Here comes Andrews around the outside. 95 car on the march and on the move. Looking for third down the back straightaway, and he's got it. Way wide. Out of turn number 4 against the wall he goes. He is leading Alex Bright in the 56 car. Up through the field. Bright crosses over out of the needle for the number 56. Nice little move. Right through the meat into the number 4 spot for Bright. He too also very capable on these little teeny tiny tracks after a lot of action at the action track back in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Up front, Zeb Wise showing away, settling in behind the wheel of the 39 BC car after a tough tumble last night on the back chute at I-44. Noah Gass running second on the field, Andrews third. Then you got Bright rounding out those top 4 cars. A great battle for not last. Drudson trying to battle her way off the back. Her and Ryan Bickett going side by side. She'll come out ahead on that and pick up a spot. And now go to work on the number 75 car, Brian McClellan. So white flag comes out up front. Out into the corner for the final time for Zeb Wise. 39 BC car cross. Checkered flag comes out and he puts that one into the books. Good start to the evening for the young gun. Noah Gass also a good start. Finished out in the number 2 spot. Started third on the field. Chris Andrews, the 95 from 4th to 3rd. So with that, we'll join back in with Chili and Haley.
Ladies and gentlemen, driving the Clausen Marshall Racing, Priority Aviation. Driven to save lives, $7 Restorations SR11 Power Spike. Give it up for the Angola, Indiana driver, 16-year-old Zeb Wise.
Now, this thing may be a backup car, but make no mistake, this thing is freaky fast. That heat race win has to feel pretty good, huh?
Yeah, especially after the night we had last night. To come out in a backup car and get a heat race win, build some confidence.
Congratulations, Zeb Wise, your Racing Electronics heat race number 6 winner.
Bought Port City last year. Massive amount of improvements. It's a great facility. Cool location. And also green flag out of turn number 4. Beeson down on the inside. AJ, I told you to keep your eye on him. He's already working on McIntosh out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Boy, he locks up the front binders on her. Gets her into the tire and onto the front chute. He's hanging on to the number 2 spot, but it's by the skin of his teeth. 3-car battle up front. Carrick trying to hold them both off. As Carrick goes to the cushion, tries to power out away from the battle for the number 2 spot. Beeson moves into second, kind of sort of by himself with McIntosh pestering out wide. Carrick slipping the grip will cost him, and here comes Beeson down the inside. Little hippie hop, couldn't get it hooked up. He'll get a shot in the shorts down the front straightaway. Powers on out. McIntosh was trying to keep the momentum moving in the 08 car, and unfortunately that contact knocked him back by 2 car lengths as the cross flags are out. That 3-car battle up front. We got a great battle back behind it as the Broken Arrow Coloma runner Brady Bacon is working to the outside, trying to get into the number 4 spot. He's pulling diamond maneuvers and everything else, trying to get around the number 15 car, Cole Badon, and can't quite get it done. And there comes a slider down the corner. Action all over the place. Beeson back to the inside. Hangs on to the number 2 spot. Carrick up front. McIntosh back at him again. Beeson trying to hold him at bay here on these waning laps. White flag comes out, one more trip around. Watch the battle for the number 2 spot. Way out wide for McIntosh. Beeson digging off the bottom. Contact, and over he goes. Both cars into the fence. Red flag comes out. That was a tussle. Just sets the turn on the season for us here with the POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget Series. Hopefully you're able to tune in or come out and join us at the track. Here comes a green and white flag together. White checker is what we're looking at. And I believe we're going to put them in the same order as we left in. Although Beeson does pick up a spot, tail of the field. Checker flag comes out. And that one's a done deal. 71K car up front. Tanner Carrick going to pick up the win. He'll head down here to victory lane. We'll join in with Chili and Haley. Micros coming up next. I'll be back with you again in a little bit. Again, thanks for joining us here on Speed Shift TV.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, stopping on the front straightaway, driving the Keith Coots, Curb Agajanian Motorsports, Craftsman, CVC Concrete, C-Mex, Speedway Toyota, Bullet by Spike, car number 71K. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause out of Lincoln, California, the 17-year-old Tanner Carrick.
Tanner, that was one of the most intense heat races we've seen so far all weekend. Epic three-way battle for the lead. How did you manage to get out front and stay there?
I just ran my consistent line around the top. I seen one car get underneath me down here in 1 and 2, and I dimed it off a couple times and got a lead and took off and ran in the race.
Congratulations, Tanner Carrick, your Racing Electronics heat race number 7 winner.
It's Brian, the 75 car, setting a pace on it, getting ready to gas that baby up. Out of the corner, Howard. Good timing, side by side across the straight. Good one all the way back through the field. We're going to hustle him hard. Here comes Mark Chisholm. He's out looking in, a number 5 position in a number 56X car. So he'll drop her off the bank. A little diamond, short diamond maneuver coming out turn number 4, 3 wide back of the field. They're trying to race her way to get close enough. Nason Pursley, one trying to bust out of that clump as we're 3 wide to number 3 spot on the front straightaway. Taking the top 4, Chisholm trying to get her down the inside. We got a spinner caution flag coming out for the 15 car. A Merrill Lamb around just past the starter stand. This weekend, you thought I was giving you the lineup for a month, didn't you? So here we go. Single file restart. We got 1 scored into hooks. Well, 2 rather. They go very quickly. Top 4 cars separating out. Nason Pursley down the inside. The number 9 car. Pedals are up. Here he comes. Trying to get a run on a transfer spot, and he's almost got it. He'll get it down to turn number 1 and 2. Unless he can catch that company to the outside. Luke Howard trying to fire her back loose. Can't get in there as cross flags come out halfway through. And now Pursley's on the bump spot, the number 9 car. Skidders are hard down on the inside of the racetrack and has a lot of throttle control, getting that baby moving into forward momentum down to turn number 1 and 2. 3 and 4 will go towards the cushion. Meanwhile, Cannon McIntosh is working his way through the field along with Sam Johnson. As Johnson's now moved into the number 5 spot. He's out 1 looking in, and he has got 2 laps to get the job done. And Sam Johnson run down a transfer spot on Nason Pursley. Top 3 is separated out. There's a battle for the race lead. Forget about it. The white flag is out. It's about that final transfer spot. And Pursley's got it. Here comes Johnson. 19 car down into the corner. Within 2 car lengths, he needs a good run in 3 and 4. Pursley deep in. Johnson shortens it up. Back to the gas. Not going to get there. Checkered flag. Up front, it's going to be McClellan picking up the win. Deal's going to go second. Bayer and Pursley will transfer out of this C main event. That'll tag him into the back of the B's. And, I wish you could have made it out here as well. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. We get set to go. Not too shabby that time, Bright. Punch the throttle lift out to the race lead. Here comes Newman down on the inside. Gas her down into the corner. Watching that battle back behind down low. Number 3 spot. Edwards trying to take it away there. Gas out to the outside. Noah. And Dom's working his way up through the field. Zach Dom looked very good in his heat race earlier on. He looks stellar as we got a spinner and a THJ car around. He is not having a happy time. Too much pressure on him for Jonathan Beeson coming from the announcer up here. That laid the heebie-jeebie on him, sent him around. Yeah, Blake Hahn not with us tonight. I just realized that. Seriously. Yeah, go figure. Here we go. Green flag comes out. That's tight. Now on the inside. No, not 3 wide. Thought better of it for Dom. That was nice of him. A little bit of patience. Tyler Thomas slides up through. Gas is just getting ambushed left and right. Cannot hold off the horde as he will drop back through the field. Tough break for the 20G car. Rookie runner is going to have to settle himself down deep in the field. And again, we're looking for passing points. As up front, your race leader taking him around. Alex Bright rolling from the outside, or inside rather. Row number 1's got to win this thing, get everything available to him, and that's exactly what he's doing. Newman running the number 2 spot. It's going to be Dom around the outside for P3 on the field. Edwards is shuffled back to 3rd. Look out, clipped a tire, clipped another tire, and is perpendicular on the racetrack down turn number 3 and 4. First one sent him askew into the second one, and that cost him dearly. He was running in the number 3 spot for the 17E car, and he had started 5th on the field, so not too shabby. Picked up a couple of spots. Now, unfortunately, he's going to the tail. So we'll be seeing him in one of the B main events. However, boy, sun's bright. Green flag comes out, and away we go. Dom down the inside on Newman, looking for the number 2 spot. It's not going to find it. Thomas around the outside. Up, ran out of real estate. And he gets his pocket picked down the inside. Oh, Tyler Thomas with a bobble. Cost him 3 spots. He'll hop tires with the 35 of Sterling Kling. Kling's around. Caution flag comes out. Seems like he's been lacking just a little bit through the first 3 days. Green flag comes out, and away we go. Rifles it through the corner down the back straightaway. Challenge for the number 2 spot down the inside. 84M's kind of catfishing around there for Alex DeCamp. DeCamp backing her into the corner. He's maintaining. He's hanging on to position. Dom can't clear him on the outside. Although he's not able to make a run on Newman. So we'll bring it across, putting our lap into the books. We got him stacked up, tangled up. No gas is high center down in turn number 3 and 4. With the 3H car, Mitchell Davis peeking up underneath his skirt. That brings out on another caution. They're hardcore, man. They're on the road like 372 days out of the year. Green flag coming out. Dom down on the inside trying to force the issue on DeCamp. Trying to keep him out wide. Couldn't get around the outside. Look at this coming from the tail of the field. Edwards, and DeCamp goes around. Oh, biscuits. Got kicked down into the infield. Caution flag coming out again. We still got 3 more to go after this. We'll tuck them up, tighten them up. Watch Dom and the 3N of Newman up front. Down in the corner we go. Dom didn't go to the inside that time. And here comes the 8J car, however, battling his way back up through. Jonathan Beeson, who had started dead last on the field, now looks at the number 3 spot to the white flag. Not done just yet. He's got a pretty good line as he'll squirrel it through the corner and onto the back straightaway. Hooks it up, and he's got to run at the number 2 spot. Beeson gets there for second from the 10th starting spot for the 8J car. What a run for Beeson in the 8J. As Alex Bright picks up the win up front, we'll send her over to Chili and Haley. There's a tweet I was waiting on. Heath.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, driving the Mark Chisholm owned automatic garage doors, precision drive line and fabrication, Bell helmets, PXP racewear, Toyota powered Boss. Your winner of qualifier number 1 out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Give it up for the 28-year-old Alex Bright. Second goes. What a finish for the 8J of Jonathan Beeson.
Your qualifier, number one winner, Alex Bright. Of course, many restarts there. You had to be on the point each and every time, but our second place guy, and he had something for you that whole time.
Yeah, I figured he'd be following. I can't seem to get away from him and feature heats, qualifiers, anywhere this entire week. But I had the car rolling pretty good. Definitely can make some improvements. Been fighting it, all weekend and just starting to get better now. So see if we get dialed in a little bit better for the future and see what we have.
Best of luck out there tonight.
Thank you.
Alex Bright, your Toyota Racing Development qualifier number 1 winner.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause.
Pace truck down the infield, green flag set to fly. The sun just about at the horizon, and I'll be able to see again. So green flag comes out. Well, thought we were going to put the 28 car of Ace into the wall. 3 wide for your race lead out, turn number 2 and down the back chute. Into the corner. It is hot and heavy and a hornet's nest onto the front straightaway, almost 4 wide down, turn number 3 and 4. Jacking them baby sideways. Laser got ambushed. 2 cars get around the outside. And here comes the number 15 car, Cole Bodine, up through the field. Down low, trying to tick him off. Klossmeyer drops her down low. Slide job into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. 27 car into the number 3 spot. Klossmeyer in hot pursuit as we got one off the pace, and he was up front. Pivot, contact, caution. Bodine. So I'd like to thank Ace for that, for not giving us identification when he's going down the back chute, because that makes my job so much easier. Stroker Ace. Well, no, it's the Oklahoma Cowboys what he's going by these days. Regardless, he's got a rocket ship as he leaps out by 5 car lengths down in the corner. Klossmeyer slide job 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Here comes Laser down low to 47 BC car. Oh, he likes this track. I'll guarantee you that. He's looking for the number 2 spot on Klossmeyer. Klossmeyer quick around the outside though and holds him off. Laser running third on the field. Here comes a 3 wide battle back behind, and Hank Davis is around down turn number 2. Caution flag coming out. Davis took him 3 wide, trying to pick up a spot, got into the slick stuff, and you could see him just trying to feather the throttle, and the back end just stepped out from underneath of him. Darn near went under. Salvaged and saved last year. Shout out to Mike and Megan for doing so. Here comes the green flag. We're back underway. Trudson down on the inside, the 5T car. Working from back in the field as well as we got a little slider across. Laser looking for the number 2 spot. Klossmeyer comes right back down to the inside. Klossmeyer back to P2. Laser diamonds off the banking to the inside again into 47 BC car. Now you're seeing why Andrew Laser is a Clausen Marshall developmental driver. Still working down into turn number 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway. Hot pursuit of your number 1 spot. Third is Klossmeyer, your defending national champ with the series. And Trudson starting to come to life now. The young lady out of Minnesota. 5T car slides her into the bottom. She's very good at 2-foot net, maybe around. As you watch her little drag brake down into the corner, gets back to the throttle as quickly as possible. She's able to hold off the rest of the field. As Laser working through the slick, little slip of the grip will allow Klossmeyer to close down the inside. Can't get a run. White flag is out up front. And Laser back around the outside. Better be careful. He's going to give up the number 2 spot. Slide job's got to tap the brakes. As he goes, and he's going to run her down into the corner. And Klossmeyer got him, or did he? Onto the front straightaway, and look at that, Trudson down low. Did she get it? Yes, she did. Number 3 spot goes to the 5T car. Presley with a nice move to the inside, capitalized on the entertainment was taking place in front of her, and moved into the number 3 spot with the 5T car. That was a beautiful run, and up front, Ace McCarthy picks up the win in the 28s.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, driving the Jim Newman 2-8 Racing, Brandt Professional Agriculture, Little Storm and Timber SR11 Boss, your winner of qualifier number 2 out of Tahlequah, Oklahoma, Ace McCarthy.
Ace McCarthy, congratulations on the qualifier win. Break down that race for us.
It was pretty good. Kind of got off to a slow start. It's pretty slick on the exit of 4, but after that we got going and kept hitting our marks. Jim Newman gave us a great race car again. We're in the backup car tonight, unfortunately, but we're making it work.
Making it work indeed. Congratulations, Ace McCarthy, your Toyota Racing Development qualifier number 2 winner.
Or not. Saw the lights flickering around. I didn't know we were going green. Smith knew we were going green. 44 car going to race Andrews down into the corner. Bacon coming low down on the inside. The 21H car around the outside comes Zeb Wise in the 39. We got 4 cars up front. All looking for the race lead. It's going to be Andrews showing away down to the cushion. Chris Andrews going to have his handful here in just a second as Zeb Wise has reeled him into 39 BC car. That car, a hot rod, and he picked up his very first POWRi win in. It's their backup car, and he's got to run to the inside of Andrews, and here comes Zeb on the attack. Slide job out across the nose. Andrews tries to get him back to the inside. Who gets there first? Andrews by a couple thousand, 7 of them to be exact. And Zeb will persist on that run to the inside. A driver down the back straightaway, and now the 39 BC car goes to the point. Andrews settles into the number 2 spot. Macho Man Brady Bacon running third on the field. Smith in a bit of a fierce battle back behind between himself and Jerry Kuntz Jr. as the wily veteran gets around the outside. The Petrie excavating number 25. Slow one, CV off the pace, stops in the middle of the racetrack. Caution flag comes out. Hope he doesn't get smoked. Champ. Now goes the tail of this qualifier. He'll be back in the B main event. Unless he can do miraculous things in these final 5 laps, which he can. I guess we shouldn't count him out just yet. Down in the corner we go, Bacon. Dumping the hub onto the back straightaway. Look at him working the wheel and the pedals. He's got her jacked sideways. Smith with a big slider out across Coons. Coons back to the inside. That came out of nowhere, and here comes Colwell to play now. 71 car takes him up wide, and they almost come together. Coming out turn number 2, and Colwell gasses it back down into the corner again. 71 car wheels up and hammer down. He is driving like a man possessed. And into the number 4 spot he goes. The Smith goes out wide, stacks up the field, and we got a 4 car cluster down into the corner. 3 wide onto the front straightaway. Seavey trying to fight his way through that little field Back behind us, we've singled out up front. We got one around. Caution flag coming out the 10 car. The Mongoose stops down in turn number 1. 2 laps to go. Green-white checker finish seems to be the theme here today. Car trying to show the way. Chris Andrews in the number 2 spot. Keep your eye on the 95 car. If he can ambush him. Wise, though. To the whip. Down in turn number 1 and 2. Bacon down on the inside 6 with the bottom. Big slider coming out of Smith to the top shelf. Got inside the 71 of Colwell. Took them both out to the cushion. White flag is out up front. We got one stop. Caution flag coming out for Sarf. Carter Sarf. The old Team Ripper ride is not having a good couple of nights here. I like it. Hang out here. Zeb Wise brings the field back to life for us. We got one breaking out of formation back behind 7M car trying to strike on Logan Seavey. Seavey to the cushion, follows Colwell out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Top 4 have separated out. The battle is back behind. Smith is there to the 7M with Chance Morton. Moves through to the checkered flag and picks up the number 5 spot. Good restart for Morton in the 7M car. Is up front. Zeb Wise is going to pick up the win. Andrews and Bacon, your top 3. Jerry Coons Jr. 4th. But Chance Morton with the move of the race on that final restart. So we'll send it over to Chili and Haley for the interview. Zeb Wise.
Drive to Save Lives. Sundollar Restorations, Priority Aviations, SR11 Spike. Your winner of the qualifier number 3 out of Angola, Indiana. Give it up for the 16-year-old Zeb Wise.
Zeb Wise, congratulations. A big win for you here again in this qualifier. You just held off a racer who's been competing here for over 25 years. How excited does that make you heading into the rest of the night?
It makes me really excited. You know, the 39 BC's been hooked up all night. We just got to continue it into the A main and see what we can do.
Best of luck out there. Zeb Wise, your Toyota Racing Development qualifier number 3 winner.
Marcham down on the inside. Holly Holland to the outside. Sirius X Emrod gassing him up. Marcham, good start down low. Carrick, crossover move with 71K trying to get himself down to the inside, turn number 1 and 2. That may be the lane to be on as we got him 3 wide temporarily for the number 2 spot. The 10 car shuffle back through him, arrow back up to the gas. Up front, running a race lead. Here comes Carrick down on the inside. 71K car going to catfish off the bottom into the number 1 spot. Pick off Marcham's. Look out, we got them climbing each other, hauling up on the wall. Caution flag coming out. Taking advantage of that initial start of the race. Broken Arrow Cloma runner getting himself into the number 3 spot. The number 8 car joining us here again tonight. Joins us on the first night. Throw the green at him, all going off the bottom. 21, Christopher Bell is out so tight to the front stretch wall. He blew mud off of it when there he slid on through, and he goes to the cushion down turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. On the hunt and on the prowl. Down into turn number 1 and 2 as he'll drive her up to the cushion. Didn't slide it in, he drove it in. And the 21 car down at that end of the racetrack. He follows along with Marcham outside, and they're trying to get a run on the number 8 car, Sewell. He'll now drop to the bottom, turn number 1 and 2, go to work. Back behind, side by side with Marcham. And Marcham continues to persist on the outside of the racetrack. Scored the number 21 car into the number 3 spot with the cross flags out, but Marcham, had to get out of the throttle. Almost went out and ricocheted off the wall. Now he goes to the bottom. Bell goes to the outside, tries to get a run on the number 8. Wasn't going anywhere down low. He'll try her outside and down the back chute, and that is dangerously close to the back stretch wall for the number 21 car. That right rear tire kind of riding up on the cushion. He picks off the number 2 spot now and slides down to the inside. Fires her onto the back straightaway. Up front, it's the 71 of Tanner Carrick showing the way, bringing it across. Putting her lap into the books with Bell trying to close. The battle's back behind. Marcham able to get around the number 8 car and pick up a spot on Sewell himself. He goes to the top shelf as the white flag comes out up front. Here comes the run at your race lead out, Christopher Bell, all the way to the wall. Down the back straightaway, he'll sling her out to the men's restroom and fire it onto the front chute. Not going to get there. So close, yet so far away. Tanner Carrick picks up the win. Bell goes second on the field. Almost pulled it off coming out turn number 4. Trey Marcham with the number 3 spot and Alex Sewell. But up front, it's Tanner Carrick, 71K car, picking up the win from back in the number 4 spot for the Craftsman ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, driving to Keith Kuntz, Currabagajanian Motorsports, Craftsman, CVC Concrete, C-Mex, Speedway Toyota Powered Bullet, your winner of the 4th and final qualifier out of Lincoln, California. Give it up for the 17-year-old Tanner Carrick.
Tanner Carrick, congratulations on the qualifier win. That was an amazing finish there, holding off Christopher Bell. Where's it that you feel you're going to capitalize coming up in the final?
I just needed to get up there on the top there at the end. The bottom started getting slower after they watered it. I heard him coming in 1 and 2, so I figured I just let it float to the wall. Coming out of 4, and I should have had him beat, so that's what I did.
Congratulations, Tanner Carrick, your final Toyota Racing Development qualifier winner.
When we tried this the first time around, we'll see if we can duplicate that maneuver here on this second trip. We'll clip the tire with the left front for Newman and snap the steering wheel around on him. There in the 3N car, he's able to power out of it, though, and continue on his merry ways. Back behind, here comes a deep run out of the 71 of Colwell. Colwell making some hay on the top shelf. Draws up the Noah gas and the 20G car down the inside. As we got another one bouncing around down in turn number 1 and 2. Up front, it's the Newman show. He's just driving away from the field. Caldwell settles into the number 2 spot, comes down to protect on the slide job, and opens himself up to an attack out of Matt Sherrill on the outside. Here comes Mongoose. Deep down into turn number 3 and 4. Gassed up, looking to the outside. Watch the 10 car go. He lit the fuse in it. He's just hanging on for the ride. He's down the inside. Halsey, the 21T car, keeping him a little bit of company back in that number 3 spot, but he's got to drive around the outside, find his rhythm, and he should be able to pick him off up front as Sarf is around again in turn number 3 and 4. Caution flag comes out. Out and back deep in the tail of the field there for the Team Ripper car. This is just, they don't say it like that. I just said it like that for some reason. But it is all natural. Newman cracks the whip and away we go. Leads him down in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Mongoose looking around the outside. Matt gassing it. Missed the mark at one time. He's not going to miss it this time. Here comes the run on to number 15 of Colwell. He's almost dead even down into turn number 1 and 2. It's a long way around up there on this tiny little track for Sherrill. So Slinger down into the corner yet again. Back behind, a couple others breaking out of formation. 84M car is going to try that line on for size for Alex DeCamp. And Sherrill's got the number 2 spot away now. Can he run down Newman up front? I don't know. That's a long road to hoe to catch the racer in the 3N car. He's definitely got number 2 spot tied up, however. The number 3 spot under contention. Colwell's got it. And right behind him comes Halsey in the 21T car. DeCamp still scored 5th on the field. Colwell back behind, Colbodine rather, in the number 15 car. Had those two drivers confused. Speaking of Colwell, at Jinx team, caution flag coming out. He's slow up in the fluff. Trying to hold off Halsey as we get set to go. Jake Newman up front. Started a little later that time. Top 2 separate out. Here comes the number 10. Matt Sherrill looking around the outside. He has been on that cushion the entire B main event. And he'll sling into it down at turn number 3 and 4 that time. Carrying a little bit more speed perhaps. I don't know if he found something or not, but that getting out turn number 2 across where they come on the track. It slicks off there and sends you towards the backstretch wall. And that's not necessarily a great way to get out of the corner. So white flag is out. We're looking for the top 3. The 15 cars, caution comes out. One backed into the wall down here in turn number 3 and 4. It's going to caution us up. Now throw us into white checker finish. We've had a couple of those tonight as well. So green and white coming out together. Away we go. One lap shootout for that 3rd and final transfer spot out of this B main event. Here comes DeCamp way up top shelf. A little too far for the 84 down turn number 1 and 2. He'll bring her hot out of the corner. Not going to get there in time. 15 car, Colbodine hangs on to the 3rd and final transfer spot. Second's going to go to Matt Sherrill in the number 10 car, and Jake Newman picking up the win to 3N. That will roll us into B main at number 2, the Deuce. Respectable. Rosenboom sitting to the outside, the 14X. So lights go off around the racetrack. Green flag coming out. Here we go. Well, and again, that's the line apparently for Trey Marcham down the insides. Clip that tire and wheelie his way out onto the front stretch and scare everybody else back. It worked. He's got the number 1 spot. Leads him across. Felker way out to the wall in the 44S car. Stevie hot on his heels. Here comes Wesley Smith in the 44 as well, working that top shelf. So they're starting to come up off the bottom just that quick. The 7M car is going to persist down low, however, and try to get the number 2 spot. Caution flag coming out, and that would be Logan Seavey. Town you're in Extalpa, it's something like that. But anyhow, thanks for joining us. Tell us about your racing down there. Green flag comes out, and away we go. Smith, the only one goes top shelf down turn number 1 to 2 that time, or at least up front, the only one going top shelf. Back behind, Moody's going to try it out. The 17 car trying to race his way up. He's got a couple cars picked off. Again, we're taking the top 3. 7M a Chance Morton on the bump spot. Smith looking out wide, pushes. He got tight going down into the corner. Helped himself up to attacking the 35. Sterling Kling capitalized. And look out, Morton into a tire, a cone through the infield. My goodness gracious. Wandering around like lost children on the back straightaway. Seavey into the wall, comes to a halt, and caution flag comes out. He might have a tire down or something. I don't know what happened, but he just got kicked out of the mix. And we're good to go. So Marcham, Felker, and Morton are in the transfer spot. Sterling Kling is out looking into number 35 car. Kling hesitated getting to the throttle. The number 35 is going to get around Chance Morton. He's got a gasser back behind him, hoisted up front donuts. And that is Rosenboom in the 14X car, the sprint car racer. Here comes Seavey from the tail. Shot in the shorts for Rosenboom on the entrance into turn number 1. And Logan Seavey's trying to get himself a transfer spot. And he is pounding on the cushion down turn number 3 and 4. Around the outside of the 14X car, he's got the 35, Sterling Kling out ahead of him. Got to run him down and get around, and then one more, Chance Morton after that. He's got plenty of laps, 5 to go. This time by the starter stand, and here comes Seavey. Man, on a big old mission, and the number 67 car is going to run down the 35 car. He'll pick him off this time. No, bad push into the corner, into the wall. Seavey, he's got to get out of the throttle. Cost him all that momentum and distance he had made up. One miscalculation in navigation, that'll cost him a transfer spot in this race. I believe he could have got her done. He'll try to battle, and unfortunately, rolling roadblock. Rosenboom gets caught up with the 3 car and almost goes over. Front end broken on the number 14X car. Mitchell Davis touching tires and climbing over the top of Rosenboom, and both of them really been challenged for second. Sitting pretty right there and just kind of riding easy in the 44S car. Green flag comes out. A little better start that time for Marcham. He's back behind. Kling's got to make something happen. Seavey, a little slip of the grip. He's working the slick stuff out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. And here he goes to the cushion. He has got to be absolutely positively 100% perfect at the 67 if he's going to run down a transfer spot. I don't know if he's got it in him or not, but the Mobile 167 car is giving it to 1-4. Here comes the white flag. A final trip around. He's got 1 picked off. He's got a long way to go to run down that 7M car and watch Seavey. He might have a plan. I don't think it's going to be good enough. Checkered flag up front for Marcham. And not going to get there in time. Just about did, though. Felker goes second. Chance Morton finishes out in the number 3 spot. Seavey just a bit shy. Scored 4th on the field across the stripe. What did he miss it by? About 0.4 of a second on that transfer. And that'll do it for our B-Mains feature events. Coming up next, right here on Speed Shift TV. Thanks for joining us.
Boys, ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best, forget the rest. You got the cars and the driving stars of the POWRi National Midget League.
We are set to go. Bell down on the inside, got to bring this field to life. Wise trying to work the cushion. Now get the 8 car down the inside. The outside, long way around. They got some moisture in it. Work the racetrack. Coming out here for this feature event. They'll be able to bring the lane in, but it's going to take a couple of laps, although there's plenty of cars up there to get the job done. Bell a little tight getting down in turn number 1 and 2, allows the 8 of Beeson to stay close. Bell goes to the cushion down turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Changing up the line already, starting to look around up front. You can feel pressure coming out of the 8J car. We're side by side all the way back through the field. as they'll fight for position down in turn number 3 and 4. Beason's pestering hard on the race lead. Christopher Bell's got some company out of Beason down the inside. Here comes the 8J car for that number 1 spot. Bell's out wide. Beason digging off the bottom. You almost had a new race leader. Missed it by a couple thousandths of a second. And Bell now goes to the top, and Beason clips the tire down turn number 1 and 2. Cost him a half a car length. Christopher Bell starting to get her gassed up. Beason still continues to work the bottom. Top 3 cars is separated from the rest of the field. Klossmeyer running 4th. Behind him, a side-by-side battle taking place. But Beason continues to persist in his pursuit of Bell down low on the racetrack as Andrews starting to make a move now. Gets a run on the number 28 car. Ace McCarthy. McCarthy out to the cushion. Down into the corner, and Andrews up a little high. Kind of pinched him off and squeezed off the number 28. He'll move into, let's call it about the number 5 spot or 6 spot on the racetrack. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell about to hit lap traffic into number 21. He'll swing down through. Zeb Wise keeping them reeled in. Beason's moved up off the bottom onto the top shelf. And now it's about to get interesting. Now turn number 4 they come. And here comes the lap traffic for Christopher Bell. Wide open laneage for him through the first 3 cars. Tail of the field. Day not moving up off the bottom. It's Beason and Zeb Wise run nip and tuck out of turn number 4 and onto the front chute. Klossmeyer still running 4th, rounding out the top 5 is the number 95 of Chris Andrews. As here comes the run at the number 2 spot. Look out, clip the tire. We got a roller down the front straightaway. We're going to go caution. Zeb Wise catching that down in turn number 3 and 4. Cautions up just as Christopher Bell was starting to work into lap traffic. Christopher Bell up front is going to get a couple more laps of breathing room before they run into the lap traffic, although the single file restart is going to make it a little quicker than we saw earlier on. He'll kick it off. He goes directly to the cushion down into the corner. Klossmeyer up. Thought he was going to challenge the 39 BC as Zeb Wise for the number 3 spot. That's not the case, but Andrews, good drive coming off the bottom. He'll move into the number 4 position. Slam that baby into turn number 1 and 2 and rotate the bottom. As Bell not separating from Beason in the 8J car just yet. Beason quick around the top shelf. Zeb Wise looking for a driver, a slider. Oh, Beason was waiting on it. He was waiting on it. I'll get Andrews down the inside. Chris Andrews able to go to the number 3 spot, and a caution comes out for 2 around. Alex Bright got caught up with Ace McCarthy down at turn number 2 and brings out the caution flag. Got a hunch who everybody's pulling for up front. Christopher Bell, hometown hero, back to the green flag, and down into the corner we go. Beason down on the inside. Zeb Wise will follow top shelf. But Chris Andrews in tow, top 4, separating from Klossmeyer, and a little bit of a battle taking place back behind between himself and Brady Bacon. Bacon, another hometown hero, starting to work on the bottom. And he is very good at slamming that baby into the corner and pedaling it around. Here comes Beason running a race lead. He has run down the 21 car. Christopher Bell's getting tight on the top shelf. Crank the wheel on it. Watch Beason. The 8J car's got a shot to race lead. Out of turn number 4, you got a new race leader. Bell back to the number 2 spot. Christopher Bell back to the top, back to the gas, down the back straightaway. As Beason continues to work the tires onto the front chute, he is working on extending his lead over Bell as those top 2 go at it. Down in turn number 1 and 2, lap traffic lying about a half a lap ahead. And it's going to be Ace McCarthy up there. Beason biding his time through the corner, clips the tire. He's got it stood up. If somebody hits it, she's out the track. Caution flag coming out. Or not. They're going to let him race it out. It's laying out in the racing group. I thought for sure that'd bring out the caution. I was wrong. Bell goes to the wall on the number 21 car. Down the back straightaway, he's got the race lead back away from Beason. That tire getting abused. It's laying out in the groove. Coming out turn number 4. There's caution flag. They tried to keep racing with him. That thing was laying right in the groove coming out of the corner, and more than one car hauled over it. They were trying to let him race it out. We did get it down to 11 laps remaining, giving you a little more tweet time. Usually the next day. Here we go. Green flag set to come out. 12 laps remain. Christopher Bell up front. Beason's right there. Good start for the 8J car, and the game on. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Top side of the racetrack for the number 21 car. Beason digging off the bottom. Andrews is there, Brady Bacon, Tucker Klossmeyer, all still side by side back through the field. And Beeson trying to get that race lead back away from Christopher Bell. Has to get out of the gas. He comes down the inside to try it on for size. Saw the red car gaining on him. So he works up off the bottom, back to the top shelf, trying to shut down the momentum of the 8J into rhythm, if you will. May have worked a little bit, although Beeson slams on the binders, punches it into the corner, and he's hanging tough with Bill up front. Back behind, Big Charge is up through the field, got a little 3-wide action. A little deeper back about mid-pack is out at the front. Can't really turn your attention away. Beeson is closed again on the number 21 card. Follows him top shelf, he can't run her. Got a little tight, slid in there. He'll go right back to the bottom down turn number 3 and 4 and try to crank the wick back up. 39 BC, Zeb Wise hanging tough. Lap traffic lies ahead. Klossmeyer and Bacon have swapped places now as Bacon working through the field. Got around to number 27. Now going to work on Chris Andrews. That battle taking place a little further back for the number 4 spot. Beeson up front continues to drive through the corner. A lot of patience to get the job done. And he'll get to go top shelf down at turn number 1 and 2. And lap traffic is now officially a factor out at the front of the field. Zach Dahm came out almost collected. The number 21 of Christopher Bell as they rolled out of the corner. Bell back to the gas, top shelf. Everybody at the back's working the bottom. Your race leaders working the top. They're about to get a memo themselves. Down in turn number 1 and 2 as the top 3 are going to blow around the outside. Chance Morton goes a lap down. Beeson can't run his line down on the inside. He's got to figure out the top shelf. So he starts to dime it off the corner coming out turn number 4. Attempt to run him down up front. Meanwhile, Chris Andrews is still holding off the Macho Man. Brady Bacon, tire out in the track. Caution flag comes out. Who's it going to be? Can Christopher Bell go back to his winning ways here at Port City Raceway? Or can Jonathan Beeson be a fun sponge? We're about to find out. Gas him up. Off the cushion. And to the bottom goes the 8J car. Bell to the wall. Got a good run, a good charge down the back straightaway. About 3-car length advantage into the corner. Beeson rotates through. Onto the front chute. You got a new race leader. Bell to the white flag. Got one more lap. Beeson's got a shot at him down turn number 1 or 3 and 4 as he rolls into the corner on the gas. Beeson to the checker flag. Got Bell. Bell climbs him. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Christopher Bell trying to get there in time. Climbed the back of the 8J car. Finishes out in the number 2 spot. He's coming out. Zeb Wise finishes out 3rd on the field. Holy smokes.
Well, you saw the sportsmanship right there like everyone else did. Chris Bell coming over to congratulate Jonathan Beeson. Wow, wow, wow. And we'll send it down to Haley Shanley.
Jonathan Beeson celebrating with some friends and cohorts down here. We're going to grab a quick word with him. Jonathan Beeson, congratulations. What a race. How special is this to you to have won the final night of the Turnpike Challenge here in the home state?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat, but I'm sure not happy how it turned out. I mean, I was quite surprised that Christopher left the bottom open. And, of course, it stuck for me, and I got on the gas, and it went right there. And so I'm disappointed in that. I don't want to ever wreck anybody. I mean, it's happy to get the win. I think it was nice to know that we were as fast as him. And so maybe that's a nice change of pace. But overall, I mean, not very happy. I mean, I'm glad to win, but I would have rathered us both came across there without hitting.
Now, like you said, not super happy with the finish here, but you put on an impressive show for us throughout that entire race. How stoked are you with your performance leading up to this final lap?
I mean, it was pretty nice. I mean, outside of the whole race, I mean, the heat race I was upside down. So not very many people say they probably flipped in the heat race and come back and win. So the car's been really good and made the right adjustments to make it right for the track. So like I said, it's good to be fast and to race with all the KKM cars and be fast and as them is kind of a pleasant surprise sometimes.
And who do you want to thank for this win?
Hard 8 Racing, John Ganner, my buddies Trent, Dustin, Tim McRae, all of them coming out here to help support me and keeping the car together after the heat race.
Let's give it up for your winner, Jonathan Beeson. Christopher Bell, that was a crazy finish there. An amazing race you put on, leading so much of that. Give us your reaction.
Yeah, I don't know. I needed more than a couple laps to get my momentum going up top, and I knew that he was really, really good on the bottom. I watched him earlier in the night, and I didn't feel like I could outrun him on the bottom, and so I felt like my best bet was stay committed to the top, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. I know that was a lot of fun from my seat.
Now, you have not been off the podium here in any of the Turnpike Challenge events you have ran. How special is that?
Well, it's really cool. To be able to come in here and run as good as we have is really, really special. But, yeah, it was a really fun race tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll be able to come back.
Let's give it up for your second place finisher, Christopher Bell. Your third place finisher is Zeb Wise. This one is so exciting for you. I was talking to you before this final. You were amped up for this one. You held on to it starting on that front row. How are things out there for you?
Yeah, we were good. I don't know if we had anything for them at the end, but we got there mid-race when we got in lap traffic, but we didn't quite have enough to get by them. So I can't thank all my Clausen Marshall guys. They worked their butt off all week. It's been a long, tiring week for them, but they gave me great race cars night in and night out, and I'm happy for the future.
Now, we saw so many cautions, some red flags, and just overall unpredictability throughout the night. Heading into this main, how much did you have to change up your game plan, that considering?
Yeah, I was watching all the B mains, and I wasn't sure if the line was going to be the bottom or the top. And, hats off to the track crew. I mean, we had a top, we had a bottom, we kind of had anywhere. So, really good race. Congratulations to Jonathan. Thank you all the fans for coming out. It was a heck of a night.
Congratulations, Zeb Wise, your third place finisher. Let's give it one more round of applause for your top three here tonight.
Once again, a round of applause for Zeb Wise, your third place finisher. Christopher Bell coming across in second, and for the second time in POWRi, it is Jonathan Beeson, your feature winner.